You don't have to worry, just come on in. Welcome to the presence. Welcome to the family. You know you don't have to hesitate. Just come on in. Come on in and sit down.
Now, did you notice all the love around you? And did you hear all the voices raised in song? I hope you get yourself dancing and singing along. So let your body move now.
Welcome to the table. Welcome to the conversation. You don't have to worry, just come on in. Welcome to the presence. Welcome to the family. You know you don't have to hesitate, just come on in. Come on in and sit down. To the beat now. Welcome, welcome. Come on in. Welcome, welcome. Come on in.
Welcome, welcome, come on in. Welcome, welcome, come on in. Welcome, welcome, come on in.
Welcome to the table.
Welcome, come on in. Welcome, come on in. Welcome to the table.
Yeah, yeah.
Welcome to the table.
Yeah, yeah.
Come on in
And sit down.
sit yourself down.
Welcome to the table. Good morning, everyone. We at Riverside Center for Spiritual Living acknowledge that we gather on the ancestral land of the Kauai, the Gabrielina Tongva, the Keech, and the Pachanga peoples. We commit to live in right relations, to love our neighbors, to speak and to seek justice and loving kindness, and to walk humbly on this land. We recognize our oneness so that we may decolonize our minds and set each other free from the pain of racism and violence, to live better as Great Spirit intended, in harmony with nature and with one another. So again, good morning and welcome to the morning table. I'm Sonja Prince, ministerial intern here at Riverside Center for Spiritual Living, where love lives here and together we rise. I'll be your host today. I'd like to say hello to everyone joining us on Zoom and live stream. And I want to invite everybody who's joining us on live stream, and when we get to the portion of the service when we are talking and discussing, to jump on into the Zoom room. And I want to remind everyone here in Johnson Hall to please put your cell phones on silent so that our time together can be spent uninterrupted. So now let's ground ourselves in unity for a moment as we say our focus statement together. Let's say it together. We bolden people to live their highest potential through the transformative power of love. Now let's get everyone up and moving with some music from our band.
Now I see the Spirit standing right in front of me. I see the Spirit standing right in front of me. I see the Spirit standing right in front of me. I see the Spirit standing right in front of me. Praise God.
Praise God.
Praise God. Praise God. I see the Spirit
in you.
Now I see the
Good morning.
Good morning.
All right. I am Daryl Prince, one of your licensed spiritual practitioners here at the Riverside Center for Spiritual Living. I will be available after the morning table for a brief moment of prayer in the prayer room located in our lobby. Please don't leave here this morning with anything on your heart. I would love to pray for you with your absolutely know that prayer works. There is a candle in the center of your table. I invite you to light it together with me now. As we come together in conversation this morning, this candle is a reminder that when two or more are gathered, a greater wisdom is available to us. We experience a deeper love, and our own light shines brighter. Now, please allow this music to take you into the silence, followed by this morning's invocation. As we acknowledge this beautiful space, this beautiful world, this beautiful city of Riverside, and we acknowledge all that is wonderful in our own space, that we have no limitations, we have no lack, that everything that we have is of beauty and of love, which comes from the divine source that is present all around us each and every day. On this beautiful day that has been made for us today, we live in it in such awareness of all the things around us. And we are connected to all of these things, the wonderful things we see all around us, and the beauty of the people we experience each and every day. We just allow this day to unfold in the most magnificent way that it can. And we acknowledge it as we move forward through our day, connecting with others, connecting with our loved ones in greater spirit and greater harmony. We're so blessed by this day and blessed by the message that is unfolding here and now. And we just acknowledge all of the goodness of the day And so it is.
And so it is.
You say there's so much you don't know. You need to go and find yourself. You say you'd rather be alone, 'cause you think you won't find it tied to someone else. Who said it's true that the growing only happens on your own? They don't know me and you. I don't think you have to leave. If the change is what you need, you can change right next to me. When you're high, I'll take the low. You can ebb and I can flow, and we'll take it slow and grow as we go. Grow as we go. You won't be the only one. I am unfinished, I've got so much left to learn. I don't know how this river runs, but I like the company through every twist and turn. Who said it's true that the growing only happens on your own? They don't know me and you. I don't think you'll have to leave. If to change is what you need, you can change right next to me. When you're high, I'll take the low. You can ebb and I can flow, and we'll take it slow and grow as we go. Grow as we go. Grow as we go. Grow as we go. See that it was better that we grew up together. Tell me who don't wanna leave, 'cause if change is what you need, you can change right next to me. When you're high, I'll take the low. You can ebb and I can flow, and we'll take it slow and grow as we go.
Ooh. Well, good morning again. I'm going to put this here. Well, how's everybody doing out there today? Did you do your homework last week? Oh, you did? Thank you. All right, so let's just take a deep breath. Today we are releasing and renewing the relationship, releasing or renewing the relationship. So I'm going to begin this morning with a spiritual practice. So I invite you to just close your eyes if that's comfortable for you, and just listen to what the heart hears. We cannot begin again. We cannot make a new start as though the past has not passed. But we can plant something new in the burnt ground. In time, we will harvest a new story of who we are. We will build a relationship that is tempered by the fire of our history. You are a person who has hurt me. I am a person who could hurt you. And knowing those truths, we choose to make something new. Forgiveness is my back bent to clear away the dread tangle of hurt and recrimination, and make a space, a field fit for planting. When I stand to survey this place, I can choose to invite you in to sow seeds for a different harvest, or I can choose to let you go and let that field lie fallow. You may open your eyes. So, we're on this journey and this process. So, forgiveness is one of those difficult journeys that we have to face in our lives. And we won't always get it right the first time. And when we thought that we've forgiven, sometimes it creeps back up again, right? You think you've forgiven somebody or something that happened, and then something triggers you, and you're right back where you were. And so we know that sometimes it's not easy. But keep forgiving and keep opening the door to your freedom from that past. Whatever that hurt is, keep opening the door. It is so important that we find a way. We get these opportunities that Daryl kind of talked about in his prayer. Every day is a new opportunity. Every minute is a new opportunity. And the song, Go As We Can Grow Together. So you know how in relationships somebody will say, well, I'm just not growing in this relationship. That's why I really listened to the words of that song, and it said, you can grow right here. We can grow here together. So that's what I want to talk about today in this releasing and this renewing. So what does it mean to renew or release a relationship? And we may think that we're not in a relationship with the person who has harmed us or who has harmed our loved ones, but we are. We are always in that relationship until we decide to release it. A relationship is created and maintained by the act of harm that stands between you and that other person. So you're always in a relationship. And I kind of look at it as a hamster wheel. You're going round and round and round, and you never get off the hamster wheel. So that's what the relationship is. And so therefore, like any relationship, there must be a choice. We must make a choice to forgive and either renew or release it. Renewing our relationships or releasing our relationship, of course, is a personal choice. We are always at choice. And obviously, it's more difficult when it's someone that you're have an intimate relationship with, other than the neighbor next door who's just, putting their trash cans on your driveway, or the trees is hanging over, and you say, please cut your tree back because, it's all over in my side of this yard. So it's easier to let those strangers go than it is maybe if you're in a relationship with someone. And so I'm going to just talk briefly about, say the wife has created a beautiful meal and the husband is late again and the food is cold. And he might say, or they might say, I'm so sorry I'm late again. Honey, please forgive me. So it's easier to forgive that kind of stuff. Or maybe you have an argument. Maybe there's a misunderstanding in the house and there's an argument. And it's easy for someone to say, well, it may not be easy because I know I'm always right. It may not be easy to say, oh, please forgive me for that. You know, I spoke out of turn, or I didn't mean what I said. But once those words are out of your mouth, you can't really take them back. So we want to make sure that we're speaking positively. We're speaking life into that other person if we're in an intimate relationship. Now, of course, if the relationship is violent and there's harm being caused, then that might be a relationship that we want to release and not renew. So renewing the relationship, you know, it's a choice. So depending on the grievance or the hurt, you tend to want to renew the relationship unless, again, it's a danger or are you being harmed by a person. So when making a choice to renew a relationship, the relationship is not the same. It cannot be the same. It changes because we're planting new seeds of growth between each party. Therefore, the renewal is not the act of restoration in the sense of making a carbon copy of what it previously was. So we're not making, when I say I'm sorry that I was late for dinner, then I'm making a conscious choice and decision to now be on time. I mean, that's simple. That's the simplicity of that particular situation. But whenever there's a situation and there's an agreement to renew the relationship, it's not going to be the same as it was before, right? Because each person has decided that they're going to be different. They're going to be better. They're going to show up on their best selves for whatever the relationship is. And so we're sowing seeds of the new relationship. And so what we're doing is writing a new story. So this can happen even if there's a connection, a relationship of violence. It could happen. And so I have a story for you. And the story is about a young lady that was a Stanford graduate. Her name was Amy Beal. And Amy was an activist at heart. And she just, at heart, she was an activist. All over her body, she was an activist. So she gets a scholarship, a full ride scholarship, to go to South Africa and to work on the struggle of apartheid, because that's who she was in her heart. Well, in August, she went in 1992. Well, on August 25th, 1993, as she was driving to a township in Cape Town, she came upon an angry mob. And she didn't have a sign on her head that said, I'm an activist, I'm here to help. So, of course, you know, the mob, not of course, but the mob, you know, just kind of took her and, you know, she lost her life. So that's a tragic story. But the mother and father decided to forgive the four men that perpetrated this on their daughter. They decided to forgive because they said they didn't want to stay in victimhood. They decided to forgive because they could see the humanity in the other person, the other people. And two of the guys now work in the foundation. They planted seeds and created something beautiful out of this tragedy. And they're working together in this. They have created a foundation for Amy to help bring in money for, at that time, to put towards efforts of getting rid of apartheid. So something was created. One of the men said that it is easy to work as an activist now, but it is not so easy to reconcile in his heart what happened. Because he said when he got up that morning and he walked out of his home, he did not intend to harm anyone. So the parents were able to see that shared humanity in these people, in these two men, or the four men, but two of the men stepped up, and now they work hand in hand with them. So I tell you this story because it's a tragedy, but what came out of the tragedy was something beautiful. Something beautiful. So the way the perpetrators can regain their lost humanity, and the mother and father of Amy can refrain from looking at themselves as victim Amy Mother said that victimhood diminishes her as a person. Victimhood diminishes her as a person. So, what is our part in this? Yes, we have a part in a conflict, any conflict, and taking responsibility for that conflict. And there are times when we may have not done anything. However, what do we know about this world? That there is a race consciousness. And whatever is happening in the world, we have actually created it. So we have to work on that. And one of the things that I looked up is the word Ubuntu. And that's a South African word that describes a person's connectedness and the spirit of human kindness. It means I am because you are. I am because you are. It says that we're all part of creating a society that creates a perpetrator. Therefore, we have a part not only in the conflict, personality, family, community, etc. So we are creating, and we know that from our teachings. We are always creating. So Archbishop Desmond Tutu famously described Ubuntu as meaning, my humanity is caught up in the bound up in yours. My humanity is bound up in yours. So what I wanted to bring forward today is our global vision for Centers for Spiritual Living. It says we envision all people, all beings, and all life as expressions of Spirit, God. We see a world in which each and every person lives in alignment with their highest spiritual principle, emphasizing unity with God and connection with one another, with each other. A world in which individuality and collectively we are called to a higher state of consciousness and of action. We envision humanity awakening to its spiritual magnificence and discovering the creative power of thought. A world where each and every person discovers their own personal power and ability to create an individual life that works within a world that works for everyone. We envision a world in which we live and grow as one global family that respects and honors the interconnectedness of all life, a world where this kinship with all life prospers and connects through the guidance of spiritual wisdom and experience. We envision a world where personal responsibility joins with social conscience in every area, political, corporate, academic, and the social sector, providing sustainable structures to further the emerging global consciousness. We envision a world where each and every person has enough food, a home, and a sense of belonging, a world of peace and humanity, harmony, enfranchisement, and justice. We envision a world which resources are valued, cared for, and grown, and where there is generous and continuous sharing of these resources. We envision a worldwide culture in which forgiveness, whether for error, injustices, or debts, is the norm. We envision a world which has renewed the emphasis on beauty, nature, and love through the resurgence of creativity, art, and aesthetics. We envision a world that works for everyone and for all creation. Each and every one, each and every day, we are given the opportunity to move in the direction of this global vision. And in order to fulfill this global vision, we must first heal ourselves. We must first heal ourselves. So, I'm going to stop right here, and let's go to our table questions. I'm going to go to Daryl first because he's all the way in the back and see what they had, what their discussion was on our Zoom.
Okay, so we talked about, whether we stay in a relationship or we release that relationship. It's a choice that we have to make. Sometimes it's difficult, and sometimes sorry about that. Silence my audio. And sometimes it's the difficult part about it is not wanting to hurt the other person, but sometimes we grow apart, and we, in our not wanting to hurt the other person, we may stay in a relationship, longer than probably what we should. And so, and then we talked about being stuck and stubborn, and having ego as part of that third question of what keeps you from renewing renewing a relationship or releasing it.
Thank you, Daryl. Okay, I'm coming to Frank because I heard some lively discussions at his table.
Oh, wake up. I can't remember what we talked about. No. All right, so our relationships were kind of by youth, middle age, and they called me old. Jeannie called me old. Raise your hand, Jeannie. Let them see who you are. But basically, for me, I'm loved by everybody and everything. So I really don't have any issues of renewing anything that was old or releasing anything because it's all good.
All right, well, good. Okay, let's see. How about Curtis? What's your name? Scott. I'm sorry, Scott. Gosh. We need some name tags because.
Yeah. Hi. We talked about relationships, releasing them and renewing them, and how we have, sometimes we don't have a choice. You just grow apart, or people pass away, and how it's hard to release that as well sometimes, but it's really good for us, even though it takes some time. And renewing, we found out that you can be right in the middle of a relationship, living with someone, and feel like you need to renew things because you don't want the relationship to end, but you also need some changes. And we talked about, being reluctant to get into conflict, and that's why we don't want to work on renewal sometimes, or know where we stand. And what else did we learn? We learned. What did you say that last?
A very good summary.
Oh, okay. She had some great bit of wisdom. What did she say at the very end?
Live long and prosper.
Live long and prosper was what she said.
All right, now I'm coming to Helen. We have time for one more. Helen, you always reluctant to take the microphone.
Well, we kind of was the same way as we heard from some of the other tables. At first, I thought it was just me and being of a certain age, and all. But then when I talked to others, they too felt like they kind of handled all this in the past. And so now it's just being selective about who we allow to be close to us, being friendly and open and caring and loving to everyone, but still being protective of ourselves for our own health.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Give yourselves a hand. You guys did wonderful. It seems like most of the tables focused on personal relationships with, maybe someone that's living with them or intimate with them and things like that. All right, so great conversation. So my final thoughts are releasing a relationship at times may not be possible. I heard somebody said the person you may not know the person that harmed you, or maybe the person that harmed you is no longer on the planet. So in those cases, but we still want to make that we want to transform that, like a butterfly, make a transformation, even if we have to write a letter and we have to burn it to release that energy. We want to make sure that we're releasing it and we're freeing ourselves from victimhood and the trauma. And so when we do that, we want to make sure that we do it because we don't want it to occupy any more space in our brain. It's taking up too much space, and I need time to remember why I went downstairs to get that thing. I can't remember what I went down, and I have to go upstairs and start again. I just made light of it, but we want to, not let it occupy our brain anymore. We want to release that old story. We want to step out and write a new story. We want to release that person in love. Meaning we don't want to say, I release you and I hope that XYZ happened to you on your journey. We want to release that person, coming from the highest place and highest consciousness. Yes. So renewing a relationship is not restoring the relationship back to what it was, but it's creating a new story. And then we make a choice, constantly making a choice to renew the relationship with one who has caused us harm, or to release the relationships in verse first, mastering the first 3 steps of our fourfold path, which is telling the story, naming the hurt, granting forgiveness, and then now we make the decision to renew or to release. And so your homework is to use your table conversations, the table questions to contemplate at home. Go a little bit deeper, and because, I kind of feel like there might be some other stuff that we're not wanting to see, because we don't want this stuff living in our bodies, do we? I don't want to have an arthritic elbow because I'm holding on to something, so we want to go a little bit deeper at home, contemplate the questions again, and, do some deep inner work to see if there is anything else that we need to either release or renew. I had a friend that 39 years ago when I got married, she was my best friend, and she didn't come to my wedding. And interestingly enough, it's not interestingly enough, the first person that I looked for when I hit the back of the church, and you're looking to see all that's who's here, the person I looked for was her. And so about a year ago, she came to visit, and she stayed for like 4 months. But anyway, I digress. But anyway, she came to visit, and I will remember when I picked her up from the Bonaventure in L.A., we got to talking, and I told her, I said, you didn't come to my wedding, and you're the first person I looked for when I hit the back of the church. And she had no idea. And she said, why did I come? And I said, because you told me it wasn't bougie enough for you. You go to high school with people, and there's the popular crowd, and then and so my little church wedding wasn't grandiose enough for her. But anyway, and she had no idea that I was holding on to that. She didn't even have a memory of, because she said, why wasn't I at your wedding? And I told her. And she cried in the car. But what we were able to do was come to a common place and come to a loving place where I was able to forgive her for that. And interestingly enough, she did give me a gift. She gave me these 4 plates that have beautiful birds on them. And to this day, I still have those plates. And they were so special to me that I held on to them, and it's been 39 years. And I still have those plates. So it meant something to me to have her as a friend. It hurt me that she didn't come to my wedding, but when she came to visit, out of the blue, we resolved it. And both of us were able to heal from that. So I'm just saying, use the table questions to think about what you might be holding on to, because it may not be surface level. It may be kind of underneath some things. So, and then I invite you to journal on that, this work, and then write out what comes up for you. What comes up for you in this. So thank you, and so it is. All right. So now it's time for our time of giving and receiving. Your conscious contributions to the center allows us to continue all the wonderful work. And you'll notice that there's envelopes on your table for contributions to our center, and there's a silver vessel where you can place your contributions. Another easy way is to text to give. So just send a text to 951-419-5858 with the amount that you wish to contribute. You can also go to our website, riversidecsl.org, and click on the link in the upper right-hand corner under the tab Contribute. And we are so grateful for your ongoing generosity. For those in Johnson Hall, you can place like I said, your giving in the vessel. Extend your hands forward, sending energy forth and blessing as we repeat the abundance affirmation together. That's up on the screen. Let's say it together. I give and receive freely and generously with an open heart and an open mind. The universe responds to me in kind. I know that my beloved community is richly blessed, and so it is.
They say you're only as good as your last success, so failure's not an option. Maybe that's why I'm so exhausted, held so tight to their applause that when it stopped I thought all yours would too. You said my heart's to you worth everything. Don't gotta be somebody when you're already somebody to you. Got nothing to prove anymore, so there's nothing to lose anymore. You gotta keep on loving more than just the things that I do. I'll sing until there's no doubt. Nobody can count me out, 'cause I'm already somebody to you. Ooh, I'm already somebody to you. Ooh.
I release my reputation, the name that I was making for myself, for a story only you can tell. If you said I was to die for, then I don't have to strive for your attention, 'cause my heart is worth nothing less than everything.
Ooh, don't gotta be somebody when you're already somebody to you. Got nothing I'm already somebody to you. Ooh, I'm already somebody to you. Oh, ooh. There's so many stars in your sky, but I'm never lost in your eyes. I'm still on the one you see, and you see.
I know you see
A promise that can't be broken,
the one you've already chosen. Is I'm learning
to believe. I gotta be somebody if I'm already somebody to you. Got nothing to prove anymore. There's nothing to lose anymore. You gotta keep on loving things more than just the things that I do. I'll sing it till there's no doubt. Nobody can count me out, 'cause I'm already somebody to you. Ooh, I'm already somebody to you. Ooh, I'm already somebody to you.
Thank you, Ben. I have some announcements today. I'm going to ask Jeannie to come up and give her announcements because you have a fundraiser back there. So I want to give her some opportunity.
Thank you. Because Mike and I have a big S on our foreheads for sucker, and we give money to various organizations, they send us calendars. Way more. I mean, if we had one in every room of our house, we would still have calendars left over. So Chester's holding one. They're all different. And so I'm asking a donation of $5. If you don't have $5, whatever, it's fine, and it will go to animal ministry. And just so you know what happens with the money for animal ministry, I've recently donated to Sale Ranch Animal Sanctuary, and they do farm animals, and I've donated to Best Friends, which is currently helping Riverside County, which the animal shelters in Riverside County have the worst kill rate in the country. So we're trying to get down we're trying to get the survival rate up to 90%. So Best Friends is an integral part of that, and I spoke to the County Board of Supervisors last week about that. So, and then they formed, I think, an ad hoc committee to look at the animal shelters and what they could do. So that's some of what the donations to animal ministry go to. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, now the other announcement is the drum circle is today with Daryl Prince, and it's going to start at 1 o'clock down. We're going to be in the conference room today because of the other area, you know. Next week is a workshop after the service with Peter Bedard. He's going to be the speaker next week, and then he's going to be doing a workshop, Befriending the Monster, and it's here's the information up here. The workshop is $35, so please sign up for that. Now, a lot of you know who were here last week that we were having a little problem with our water, a big problem with our water. And I just want to acknowledge the people that helped. So the long and short of it was the water was turned off, and someone had stole the copper. So they stole all the copper, and we had a flood. So we had a flood. And so I want to thank the people that helped clean up. Tricia, who is our office administrator, she's not here today, but she was down with her sleeves rolled up. We had Allison and Leslie that came out, and they were on the phones making phone calls because, of course, there are people, other organizations that meet here during the week, and so they had to call and inform people and then call to get some help out here. So we want to thank Allison and Leslie. We want to thank Tamara and Chester for coming out and helping with that. Jeannie and Mike bought some, what do you call those things? Squeegees, and that really helped. There was about, how many inches of water on the floor down there, you guys think? about that much. And, you know, we sweep it out and it comes back. We sweep it out and it comes back. And we want to thank Constance, for Constance came down to help. Earl B. came down to help, and Trisha's husband, Buzz, came out as well. Oh, and I came out too. Yes, I came out too. And I was already in the area, so I just kind of came on in, and yeah, it was a big job, but we got it done, didn't we? So give us a hand. Give us a hand. Yes. So, yes, so that was that. And so, so that's it for the announcement. Okay, so now it's time for our affirmative of prayer. If you guys want to, if court counsel practitioners want to stand up and, you know, just surround the sanctuary as I do our prayer. So join me in consciousness here. So that we know that there is only one life. And this one life is expressing itself right here in and through each and every one of us. This one life is expressing itself through nature, through the animals, through everything. This one life is responsible for it all. It lives, moves, and has its being in and through us. And today it's calling for us to either renew or release our relationships. The ones that do not serve us anymore, we release them with love. It is calling for us to renew those relationships that are worth saving and worth renewing. It is calling us to reach in to a higher sense of consciousness and renew those as well. So I give thanks for the opportunity for us to come here and put tools in our toolbox. I give thanks for this center that allows us to gather. I give thanks for being a part of it and allowing us to be a part of the conversation, to work deeply with the things that we need to release, we need to let go of, the things that we need to work on. So I bless each and every person here. I bless each and every person that is watching us on live stream, each and every person that was in the Zoom room with us today. It allows us to be in beautiful community together. You are not alone. Someone has your back. We have your back. We are working towards this beautiful idea of a global world that works for everyone. And we do that each time we work on ourselves. We chip off those hard surfaces and we open our hearts up to the beauty and the love and the joy that we are inherently through this one power and this one presence that I call God. So I'm giving thanks for this and all that it is. And I let this go into the law that always says, yes, yes, my beloved, yes. I am with you. There's no separation. And so it is. And now we can say our affirmation together. Today, I make the choice to forgive in order to renew the relation. Let's say it again because I messed up. Today, I make the choice to forgive in order to renew or release the relationship. Thank you very much. All right. So repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening through me right now. It is this thing called love. Love is in my mind. Love is in my body. Love is in everything I do. I am it. I share it. I receive it. And I move love forward because love lives here.
I lift up my heart and sing right here in Riverside, right here in Riverside, right here in Riverside. I'm gonna lift up my heart and sing right here in Riverside, right here in Riverside. Let's do it again. I'm gonna lift up my heart and sing right here in Riverside, right here in Riverside, right here in Riverside. I'm you guys. We love you. I'm from another country.